What rank?
Yeah, like GC2.
GC2? Okay. Oh, yep. First mistake. Why is OCE running that way? Okay, how's he handling this? Okay, yeah, he's pushed up too far. Do you see this? Do you see what's happening?
Yeah, yes. And so could you go back to OC's PV in this play?
This is a mess. There's problems everywhere.
Right.
This is okay. So he played this fine. So OCE played this fine. Did he?
Well, in his rotation, what do you think about his, like how he rotates out here?
Okay, yeah, actually, that's okay. Yeah, OCE's rotation was okay. M is hitting it square now, and because of that, he has to take an extra touch, which means that now they get a 50, and it happens to be losing. Now it's awkward. Now he's rotated wrong. OCE rotated wrong. Yada recovers. I mean, this is just a fucking mess. I'm like seeing problems on every single front. Every single front. I mean, honestly, I would just... If it were me, I would almost be tempted to cancel the session and say, I need you to watch this video, I need you to watch this video, and this video, and this video. And that would be it, because I need them to understand every single mistake they're making. And then once they watched it, I can go, okay. And then it's pretty obvious, the mistake that they're making in terms of how their fucking first man is rotating back to the third man position, how their first and second are rotating with each other, how they're how the first to third is rotating in such a way that he can cover the midfield, which he's not covering the midfield. How your second man is behaving, in a way that allows him to link with the first to third man, so that he's a passing option to overload players, but he don't do that. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's like, there's no fucking basis here. This looks like shit, dude.
Yeah, is.
Sorry, I went on a tangent. It's just, these guys are lost. Like, what is he doing? Like, what is he accomplishing? You know?
I talked a lot about first touch awareness and how, you need to be giving your first man passing option, you need to be paying attention to who even has possession, if your first man is maintaining possession or not, because they'll kind of rotate the same way whether their first man maintains control or whether they throw it away. And so it leads to just everything kind of falling apart. And people start, lunging at the same save, because when there's a double commit, there's going to be more double commits, and it's just a lot of doubling in positions. It feels like that was the gist that I got from this game.
Okay. In my brain, it's very cut and dry. It's either A or B. If your first man is going for pass, then you want to be a passing option. If he's going for the solo play, then you need to play your economy, So I mean, it's playing the economy would be playing in such a way where you're behind him like this.
Right. Making fall the next play.
You're playing it at, basically what I'm saying is, and the ball landing in front of him there was kind of a fluke, so in that position. But the reason I say that is just because you need to playing cover, technically. Like, first of all, this should never happen in the first place, but let's just pretend that, this is like there's nothing happening here. He wants this guy, dude. This is the brain of guys that play twos and that were coached by Spook Luke. Okay, this is the brain of Verge, by the way. I'm going full force with this shit, dude. I was afraid of slander at some point, but I mean, this is what shit coaches do. They tell you that your third man needs to run in such a way where this guy can now have a passing option to a guy like this when this whole zone is marked. What? What? You're just throwing two guys out of the play for the one guy to mark the same shit. It's like, how does that fucking make any sense? So, I mean, the decision making already is kind of like, why the fuck when you just play the position then? The guy's clearly going for the solo play. Just fucking spread the fuck out. God, I need to stop cursing, because then I gotta edit all that stuff. God damn it. Okay, that was good. Yes, that was good. This is fine. Third man takes. Why? Oh my god. Dude, I'm not even... I'm barely over a fucking minute. I'm barely over. This guy knows it's going to be a fucking fat clear, and he's pushing up. And then he puts his back to the ball, and then he's fucking... Why, dude? Like, first of all...
That's what I'm saying, right? Okay. Like, the ball's going away from us to them, So unless you're forcing, why would you push up?
Well,
Right?
it's yeah, and it's also just that like people need to be aware of the like there's a little line that's connecting. So there's a mini line that's connecting their front post with your front post. Then there's a line that's connecting this. All right, I'm gonna not use it. So at any point that somebody pushes out, they need to recognize that whenever they push in like this, they're taking away space that gives them the run up. You know, because a lot of people think in their brains their spacing is such that they think that they're gonna push up and the play is happening here. It's like that's not what's happening. The play is technically happening right here. It's in
Right.
the middle, you know. So marking and going, we're fucking face first into it. You know, when this game is more like hockey because you can only move forwards and you have momentum, you know, and you can't burst backwards like you can in soccer because you have legs and you're on solid ground. You need to play backward, you know? You need to make that adjustment. And so it's not just this, but the fact that when they rotate in, you know, when they rotate in too far, and the third man rotates in too far, or their second man rotates in too far, then they got their back to the ball. It's fucking everywhere. First, second, and third man, every single place. That's why I wanted to talk about this, because it's like, okay, it's not just the fucking third man, okay? It's the fucking first to third. It's the second to fucking first. It's the third to second. You know, and the way that the third to second is now rotating is 2 square, and then his back to his ball, and now he needs to be and have the space that you've seen a million times in the fucking YouTube videos, and all the fucking YouTube videos I have, where it's this shit. You know, like look, first to third.
Right, you just see whether that second pushes out or
yeah,
stays.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he leaves the net open, and then if I got demoed there and this shot was on target, it's game over. I got overloaded because of Verge's layering system, dude. What's that? What does this do? The guy already cleared it. First man's supposed to somehow unrealistically beat his man too, you know? And then even then, if the first man beats his man entirely, and then this guy just lands a solid 50, what does it do? It's fucking positions equal. They're gonna still be able to fucking march it forward, you know? It's just so in other words, the alternative doesn't make sense, right? So the first scenario of actually the first man beating his matchup is unrealistic, and it doesn't make sense that in the case of probabilities that the 90% of the times when they're going to have an even hit, or in other words, the first man is just going to bounce it back to you, and the second man takes, and now they can have a mini battle, the second man and their counterpart, you know. So in other words, he's leaving that position open, and your third man's got to cover all of that, dude. It's like, what? I mean, you heard me talk about that in the fucking I mean, in the beginning, like in our first session together, not in our first session together, but like a couple months ago, we did a session together.
Right.
You were talking to me about the layering system, and I'm like, dude, why? What I was
What I
talking
feel
about.
like most people, even like the highest level I've had a lot of coaches, a lot of them will give you like these different systems, like layering or whatever they give the name for, you know, their system. But I think one of them, what most people are missing is the whole who's beat part to that, right? And they'll just tell you with their teammate, or when your teammate's having just given away the ball, to tell you to push parallel, be middle, be ready for pass. But then it makes me wonder, like, what is the chance that my teammates even get a touch? Because he's just hit it away from himself and to the opponent.
Well, what if I told you that there's no fucking... This system that I have is the golden rule, you know? It's like, look, it's black or white. It's like, well, you know, there's kind of an interchangeability that I talk about with the different positions and how they can react with the second or third, and how they manage dispositions or clears. To me, and having played soccer, there really hasn't been that much advancement. There's different, like, you know, they have different systems, but in terms of how they play a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, I mean, there's just different ways to link with other people, you know, or soccer, despite having 4-3-3, having different formations, or a 3-5-2, which is German, or 4-4-2, which is English, or the 4-3-3, which is or 4-2-3-1, that's Italian, you know. Despite that, the way in which that the behaviors of these players and their decisions are going to be a little bit different, you know, but how they're going to react and how they win space is very much the same. It's fundamental. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's different systems that exist, yes and no, but in those different systems is going to be, Loosh, don't lose your train of thought. The same methods, in those different systems is going to be the same methods through which you win space. And 1-2 plays, and stuff like that. So until we see something, and we can see something arise by simply teaching the masses how to play the game correct instead of having them be totally fucking misinformed, right now we're not going to see too much of a difference, other than we just need to get the second man to fucking go. We need to start the golden age. You know, I'm trying not to be an arrogant ass because I don't want to be the guy that's just like, my system works and nobody else's does, but at least for now, that's really all there is. And it's fundamental. And then we could start interchanging once people get the fundamentals of the game. But right now, people don't. People
it's
don't.
Funny, even after so much time, people
You know,
still have all these different ideas.
Yeah, so the layering system isn't going to fucking work, you know, because it just forces your third man, the backline, incredible backline. And when you play my fucking way of doing things, you know, the third man is always beat, so he can never go. He's always in a 2v1, and then we just win space. We force them out. Now they're stagnant, and we get a demo, and then there's something out. Then near post or fore post is not covered due to the demo. Or we made them jump, and then they fucking get scored on. This has been the life of fucking all of Virgin students who've been taught against me. Against me, because I teach the right shit, you know? So, there's nothing else that works. There's nothing else that works other than to tell the fucking other than what's happening right now in how I'm teaching. It's just fun. It's very go down to something super fundamental. If you teach them fundamentals, then they can start doing the other shit, you know. But the reason why I'm showing you this is and this replay right here is just because I haven't seen so far, and I doubt that I'm ever going to see this. You know, I mean, I doubt that I'm ever going to see this movement right here. Look, from 1 to 3. Look what's happening.
Right. You see your thirds no way going to beat any of the orange guys there. So either you also go deep and there's a double commit in defense, or you cut it for him. Either you get a beat on orange, or you're at least forcing the opponent to take a bad shot to your third, right?
I'm confused.
So like when you rotate out of offense there.
Right, okay.
And your decision to cut middle is basically because like you don't, it's kind of inefficient to switch with Somber at this point. He's already third.
Right.
He's already covering the loss.
Right.
So if you try to pull him in, he's going to get beat anyway, and then you're rushing back to make the save.
Right.
But if you cut this middle, now even if you don't get a touch on the ball, you're at least forcing orange to beat you, to lose possession, to take a bad shot instead of a good shot in possession play towards your third man.
Yeah, all of that's correct, except for the point that they don't even need to go for this. Like, they could see me up, and I mean, more experienced players are going to be at this point like 3/5, and Amplified. Look at Amplified's. He's playing that shit. This you know, which this formation would normally be okay, but that only works when it's going to be, when you know it's going to be a dead 50, and that's when you push up. You know, so he should technically be here, and he's my mirror. You know, he's my counterpart in the rotation. We go against each other. You know, or if 3/5 played it correctly, then he could go up for that. But it's like, I'm not even forcing somebody out. If they had a half a brain, that would be like, okay, just let me go. You know, just let me go. What's my angle? I'm playing for the beat. I want them to go up for this because I know I'm going to fucking land a really good 50 and or beat them. You know, I already know I'm beating. I just need to go for this shit. And then they double commit, or the extra bonus, open net all day. You know, so it's just like, I'm not even forcing them to go. We're just switching roles. It just so happens that they don't really know how to play the game, and I'm going to punish them for it. Your guys aren't really going to do this. I'm going to watch them the whole time. I'm not going to so let's watch them. I actually won't. I'm not going to go on these tangents. It's already pushing up. Again. First man. Solo play. He needs to wait. Just fucking wait right here. There's nothing to do in the play. You know?
And if you look at Yano's positioning behind the ball, like, he doesn't have another touch after he'd gotten, like, after he started the dribble. It was obvious that he was behind the ball, so there's more potential for it to go back. So why keep pushing up?
Right.
Overshooting the most likely zone of play. And then you're just going to rush back, put your back to the play. Then everything's all left up.
Yeah. The priority should be that he needs a half field of space between him and Yato. And the thing that in his brain is he's prioritizing, I need to be quicker to the ball than the other opponent. And what I'm saying is the opposite. You don't need to be quicker. You need to be better reading the position. You know? Because that's where the speed's going to come out. You know? It's the opposite. You know? It's hitting the underlying issue. You know? Right now, priority should be half field away. There are times when I can't tell you how many times and how many clips I have on my computer, but I don't want to bother pulling them up because it's going to take another 5-10 minutes, and then we're going to get it caught on tangents because that's been so far 30 minutes of our shit. Come on, Lush. Of the second man, like Beastabonium, for example, I even have the replay in my head. He just waited fucking second man. You know, like the first man went to take the ball, starts marching forward, he just waits because it just looks like it's going to be a fat clear. Like, you don't know. If it's a 50, he's trying to play for the 50, and then this is the product of fucking just bad coaching. Hold on, my shit's bugged. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Do I have to restart?
But you're already kind of getting the sense that what I said about them, like, overcommitting, doubling up positions is...
Yeah, this is just a repeat. I'm seeing just repeat behaviors. Typically in the first, like, minute, I tend to talk a lot, but then it just ends up being that I cover all the bases. At that point, I see the decisions within the first minute, and then it's just a repeat.
This play in particular, I was really curious what you thought about like Yato and Mega and just the entire, like all of them, I guess.
What about him?
So there's a play in the corner and it went high to the backboard, or went low rather in the curve of the wall. And
In this
I was really
game?
curious. Yeah, you actually just went past it. It
Oh,
was,
okay.
10 seconds ago. You're right, or a little bit more. I think it was the third save. And I was really curious what you thought about that third save you see from Mega's POE.
Should be. He finally went. Yeah. Why is M is technically by moving forward in front of the ball. He's already done. Like, dude, if I saw that shit, I'd be fucking screaming. People call me toxic. I just fucking have a standard. That should be a damn quote. Holy shit. People call me toxic. I just have a standard. Damn. Okay. And then Yato's gonna move under him again. No, M did. Okay, so they both share it, and they think this is the right thing to play. It's lucky that M got the fucking beat. Okay, he's lost. Okay. I mean, it's difficult because when you have teammates that are like this, you don't know where to go because you don't have a set system. There's no foundation. You know, this is why I'm so hell bent on coaching, man. He needs to be here. Take the position of the man that just left here.
Right.
And then now you go. You know,
Just
instead of
overextending at that
look
point.
now, look where Yato is now. You know, now he's having to take possession, which somehow he did on a fucking ridiculous position. You got to fucking take possession of this and then clear it forward, which he was able to do that right here. He was gonna get another touch onto that. You know, so he somehow was able to recover a technically a bad position and put himself in. Yeah. Pad. Good. Go. Wait, what did M do?
So Mega overextended, and I told him, like, look at who has possession here.
What is he
Who
doing?
has
What did-
possession, so you don't want to leave your last man alone, right? Or what are you thinking?
Yeah. Like, why is this? Why do you even have to tell him this? Okay, you go for it. I mean, there's no play here, you know? So, I mean, you could try right here, you know? But then you got to fix your width again, and then you got to be here. And then you're doing it in a way where I was bringing up those 3 lines. You don't want to really cross that midfield line when you got another guy on the other side of the field, you know, because you need that run up to turn on. And then you're looking with him, and then you tell your guy to go. The only reason Yato didn't go there is because he saw fucking M in front of him, and then he was like, oh, fuck, I'm last back, you know? Normally, M should be on that. He should be forcing QC to release the ball into M. That's what should be happening, but...
You go back one more?
Yeah.
So, like, from right here, this is... I remember when I told him this because this is last night.
This is a clear that should be that he's not turning in, but turning out. Outward. Like this.
Create that space.
They're gonna get possession. It's a fucking clear. You don't mount an offense on a breakout. I'm saying that now a million times. You do not do that. But everybody thinks it's the fucking right way to go, and you force your second man in to play right into the fucking teeth of the defense. Thank you, Sir Pants Advance. I'm quoting you now. And then now you just force a guy out. Third man is too much, and then his mirror gets tackled, and then second man takes the ball. I mean I'm just gonna draw the play for you right here in a paint. 1, 2, they both go. Third man here, but then there's a defender that's here. He gets marked. It's a dead 50. Second man on the wall, while the first man on their defense is rotating out to take 3. Second man is now taken forward, and he takes possession, and now it's a free goal because both of them are maybe able to recover, or if they were able to recover, then now they're on their back foot, and now they could just force the play from the next guy that's going to be here into the midfield, and then it's fucking game over, all because of one decision. And it all started with dipshit here. Okay. All right, this is a really neat segment on the third man, though. Don't mount... in other words... Don't mount a fucking offense on a breakout. In other words, you make the first clear. That's it. Play's over. Okay, now what do? Gain space. You're on offense. Immediately, spread out. Cover right side of the field. I would say his job is to make sure he doesn't get demoed. So you probably keep eyes on Naki before he rotates in. And then you're rotating in such a way where you know there's going to be no instant threat. I mean, look at them. Is their second man not doing exactly what I fucking talked about? Okay. So if you can land a clear like that, look at him. He tried to beat the defense and when he got beat. Oh my God. Now the third man's out of position. If he landed a demo here, that was technically fucking... That's a free goal. Honestly. Look at that. I mean, yeah, there's no pressure on the third man here. He just lost all this fucking space because the second man wanted to try and beat their second man on defense who was tighter rotations. Oh my God. And look at him. Now he's fucking losing space over this. Yeah, this is how you mount an offense, Verge. You're doing a fucking great job. Honestly, keep teaching people to do this. I'd love to fucking win more MMR off of this. and win more fucking money. God damn it. Ugh.
So after he's made his play, I think it was before this a little bit. Or no, I guess. No, yes, after.
This is how I would do it. Now I'd make sure that he's in front of me. Once he's in front of me, then I can start my push-up.
Right, and then you're just forcing for Yato, or Yoda's forcing.
Yato goes immediately. Like, he's next up. He goes immediately. He doesn't give it the whole field. They release it into me now. Now, look. Now he's... Did they score out of that? Yeah, look. Just couldn't... Honestly, I've already spoken so much on this, dude. They have a whole fucking content to go off on a year's worth of training. Why is the third man here that was pushed up and up the second now covering the sideline? That's what I'd like to know. Os. You see Os here? Look, he's third man covering midfield. He's left side zone. Why is he pushing into the right side? What the fucking dog doing right here? Oh my god. That should not have worked. And he missed the boost. Grab it. Good. Why is he boosting? He shouldn't be boosting. All right, first of all, they need to play more patient. They don't realize that they don't actually need to boost in a lot of positions, like feathering. They don't need to do a lot of shit. The problem is that they've now, because they make these weird ass decisions right now, and they keep forcing their second man out, that the third man now develops that oh shit rotation, and then he rotates mid like this, and then now he's not mid, so then that means that second man that's here that should normally be passing it mid, it doesn't materialize at all, because now the third man is now doing the oh shit rotation, and the second man is doing the wrong thing. Now their first to thirds doing the wrong thing, and now they think they need to play faster. So what happens? Now they got their back to the ball, so then when they need to turn in, they need to go full. You know what I mean? Do you see this fucking sequence of events? Do you get the logic here?
I've told him, you know, unless you're committing a decision, you don't need a boost unless you're committing to a position or decision. And it just, I guess, you know, it's like everyone has that same issue. They feel that release of pressure, or they feel that potential to score, and they feel like they just have to be right there. But Rocket League doesn't just stay right there. Rocket League is, you know,
Rocket League is position.
Flying,
the ball does the
flying
work
all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. That's something that blew my mind in soccer. You know what's funny in soccer? The higher level I went, the less running I did.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's probably similar. Very similar.
And the less running I did, dude, I was coming out of this fucking games and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I'm fucking not even winded. Why? Dude, because we're fucking moving the ball. We're just passing, and then we go up the field a little bit. It's nothing crazy, and then when we need to burst, we burst. But it's efficient, really efficient. What does he say? You know?
Speed is an illusion. Speed through positioning, not momentum.
Yes. You know, the higher level these guys are going to go.
Like, that should be a goal.
That should have
been.
But we know why.
Takes away his run.
Oh, I got another goal. Nope. Dude, this is a mess. I feel worse watching this. God. I wouldn't mind.
No.
See, people, you know, I'm like particular because I don't want to coach Platts because just GC2 is enough. Look at this. You guys can see the flaws. All my viewers are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, oh my god, like, yo, this is the fucking top 2%. Now
it is.
This is the top 2%. Look how fucking dog shit it is. Oh my god, they don't know what they're doing at all, man. God, we need Koreans to come in this shit to fix it for me. We need some fucking Koreans in this goddamn shit. Oh my god.
You know, there are some more and more Asians that are getting into this game.
Oh my god, they're gonna start taking over soon.
Very analytical, very that kind of does the same thing. You look at what the RLCS Pro is doing. They break down logic behind, you know, why they're playing kickoff this way, why they have the second here or there, and it all just makes like a lot of sense.
How clickbait should I make my videos? Do I you know, because I save people when they watch this shit. I save them from being subscribed to Spook, Luke, and Verge. You know what I mean? I'm doing the world a favor by clickbaiting them. You know what I mean? I got you to click. Now you're gonna get some instructional ass video. You know? So how deep do I go? I'm wondering, man. It's like, do I be? Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Slow moving play. It's a very slow moving play. They're here. You know, second against the one here. One gets beat, 2v1. 2v1 ensues. Okay. 2 needs to play very relaxed here. Okay.
He
this is a
100.
What's up?
And so he missed the 100 boost there. And what do you think about him resetting back left here versus just playing pads in midfield?
Okay, this is how fragile the position is. Because if I'm in a tournament and I can't lane the 50 as a first man as a second man here, which is M, so I guess his name is Mega. So if I can't land a 50 from him into the first, which is the guy who has possession of the ball right now, I'm in deep shit not having boost and having rotated all the way back. Because typically my fucking position should be that as soon as M releases the ball, I should be here playing off of this line, but like right before it here, boing, 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 and then I'm here waiting. Okay, now it would have been that at least he would have landed the 50 and or he would have bumped him off, so then I can go for it. And then in that case, I mean, what's his angle? You know? It's like now they're forcing two guys out on an angle where I'm going to beat him. Like technically on defense, like Naki should have a losing fifth onto this. Like you're either that or he gets beat, you know, which I would say that's more of a kind of a 70-30 even in this case. But I mean, you should be nailing this. Like you have more speed, more momentum. Naki gets beat. End of story. You know, because he's under the ball, whereas you're on the half turn with speed and momentum. You know what I mean? So that's what should have happened. You know, but the thing is being out of the play now with 0 boost is, I mean, at least go forward, and in this case, and to tell your guy, you just bump him off. That's like, you force high. That's what Gyro said to me. When I was in rank A, he said always force high. It's been like that for 2018. I've kept it with me ever since, and it served me really well, and especially with the meta of flip resets. Just force high, honestly, because you force high, well, if they are able to get the low on you, well, then now they're going to have a flip reset, and they can go high and low, or you could have just forced them high and gained possession. You know what I mean? It's a very real thing.
They have your last man playing that backboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holding the high there, and then he takes possession, right? So you know exactly what I'm talking about here. So I'm on a Porter kick. Yeah, so if he misses that, then he has to make a judgment. If he's completely 0, it's like, oh shit. Like he's got to tell the second man at that point and be like, I'm 0-0, you know? Because what that means is now when he goes to release the ball, if the third man says I'm 0, then that means when he goes to release, there's nobody going to be on it. You know, so it's like that's when you got to tell. That's when the second man makes the decision when he hears the third, I'm 0, miss the boost, something. Then he goes, okay, I can't go for this. That's the proper calm. Why is Yato going? Oh.
Could you go back to that? It's like from Yato's PV. So he's a passing option, and he's in a position to try to beat his matchup, which is a person who just cut across from near post to far post, right? He's ready for that option, for that pass middle, right? But what happens when... Actually, could you zoom out of this? Can you go to third-person POV and look at the triangle that they're making?
Okay, the triangle's wrong.
And tell me what the triangle should be looking like right now.
Okay, Yato should not be here. In fact, I actually just made a video when I was talking about that whole fucking Reynolds thing. Let me pop this up. For you. And I was just talking about this, actually. There it is. It's coming up. A little bit at a time. Oh, it was just fucking there. What am I doing? I just closed it. God damn it.
Too many things at once.
Can't you tell I'm ADD? Okay, I want you to watch Turret in particular and how they handle the midfield when they're on the push out. Look at you see this? Look what he's doing. Okay, should he have? He should have scored here. Look at Turret. You see Turret again? Should he have been here? Yes or no? So this is why. Look, because if you have, this is why I tell people on the second man, you don't try to mount on offense. For the first of all, to fix this whole shit, the second man try to push forward and try to beat their second, who's gonna fucking read this shit. Okay, so then once that's fixed and you understand that, then what about the third man? Okay, well, you got to make sure he doesn't do this. And it's like, well, this is the only stance you want to do it on a disposition, because dropping to the 1 through 3 only works when there's a 2v3. In other words, it doesn't work when you have a standard defensive play of guy here, because this drop is going to be marked, you know? But if it's a 2v3, then that means that this guy is now overloaded into either covering one shot or this pass. Now it makes sense. You know, now it makes sense, you know, but it only works on the 2v2, on the 2v3, or in other words, the disposition, right? So Turret's movement here doesn't make sense because he should be playing on the offense. This is why I tell when you're third man and you're covering the opposite zone to spread out. What does Scrub Killa do in this fucking position? He goes all the way to this fucking boost if he's low, and then he starts making his cut in like that. That's what he does. But what does it do? Like, that's an extreme. At least what I want you to do in this movement here, in general, like what I want Turret would do, is to do this. And look, you can see Yato's doing the same shit, dude. It's the same decision, you know? Look at him. Look at him. Zoom out. Reynolds is just playing here. You know, he's playing sideline. It's the same thing. Look, see that? Right? Okay. Why is this wrong? Triangle here isn't exactly. It's like triangles are great, but it's like, first of all, Omega is like, why the fuck isn't he sideline? You know what I mean? All right.
That's
the
what I
first thing.
said was blue team's intent is probably to keep it out of mid. So if you play left,
Yeah.
you're much more likely to get possession or get a chance.
Right. They want to keep it as far into the fucking corner as possible to make it difficult so that you can't shovel it mid, or they just want to. They don't want this option. They want to scramble that and there to be only shots, because it's like, try taking a shot when you got a guy here and a guy here. It's impossible. It's never gonna work. God, I love this song, man. I love this song. Okay. So Yato doing that now no longer allows this kind of break. Guys don't get to connect because this guy is so out of position now that by the time he's rotating out, he's not in a position to move forward anyway. I mean, he probably could maybe do something like this, but he's now committed. He's not even eyeing. He's just thinking, oh, I'm rotating out now, and doesn't even think I need to be here for the second man pass. Okay, so you need to be here in 5 minutes. Okay, so what's going on here? Yato, what he needs to do is when he's breaking out on an offense here. What's he doing? All right, clear happens. Not turn in. Okay, there's already target guy. Like, he's 1 to 3. Okay, so you only see Os. In this whole field of view, you don't see the guy. So that means he knows he's right here. So there's already a guy upfield. If there's already one guy upfield, there's under no circumstances when you're coming back in are you ever going to be the passing option. That means that this guy's clearing into the fucking target player. This guy's the target player. He's trying to clear it into him. You're not the target player. You need to rotate back, because then this guy is just going to put himself out and you need to cover that position now, So, here, like this. Now he's playing here, like this. Now he's playing here, not crossing this yet. He can cross now, something like this.
That was right where I put him when I told him, like, you got already someone covering mid/right Yato, so we don't need to be aligned vertically with him. Spread out, cover a different option, a different zone, instead of just like drifting behind. He could have gone left there.
Yeah, he landed there. That's why he was here. That's why I was like, why is this awkward? Because I thought he pushed out. No, it was Yato. Yato should have been here covering this fucking zone of responsibility here, and then M covers a midfield. That's that's okay. So I was initially incorrect in how I read the position.
Oh yeah. It'd be easier, I guess, for him to play left.
It's like
either or.
Either he's going to do this, then if he's going to make this decision to do it like this, what he needs to do is play like here. Like, I'm not saying, like, there's two different positions. You can either be too far back, or you can be too far forward. You meet right in between. And then you can make your runs in like this. It's what fucking C9 did. That example I told you with Gimmick. Squishy and Torment were doing this, and Gimmick was just making these runs in. Same thing, same concept. And so now he's playing like this, and he plays here, like that. But at any point in time, what he's doing is, now the second man's here, as he can decide, okay, I can cut in now, or he could just go, I'm going to go back. This is the half turn. He needs to be playing like this. This is correct. That's the fucking someone strange golden light check mark right here. Boom. That's it right here. This is fucking a giant X. That's a fucking X right there, man. Wrong. This is why I tell people, when you're that 1 to 3 is so important, or at least he got caught in doing this. But if you're going to do that, I mean, he needs to be fucking here. You can't make this decision yet to go forward, because you don't know how it's going to play. These guys, all that's happening is that rather than playing from the pass here, they're playing for the 50 into the midfield. That's it. And it's incorrect. You don't do this. What are the odds this 50 straight into you into a shot here that's not already covered here by the defender that's in right there?
I think his logic, and the logic that I understood him have as well, was that QC is rotating back and they have a counterattack kind of. First man doesn't really have control of the ball, but QC is like rotating back and he has his back to that near post. And I think they saw like a little opening in the near post for that to potentially come out. And I think he was trying to beat that dude, QC.
Yato?
Yeah, Yato was trying to beat
It's
QC
too much.
to near post.
It's too much. It doesn't make sense. Like, it's fucking black or white, man. It really is. It's black or white, Take the position of the man that just left. Go here.
Right.
He covers left, I cover right. Done. He's trying to fucking overcomplicate this shit, Just follow the system. Here. Now you cover second. He comes third. He just landed there. Let him grab some boost. There you're here, And then you go. and you make sure you tell fucking Mega not to fucking cut in like this. What is his angle? Who's better here? The guy that can fucking threaten the shot or the guy that's going into the corner?
He just doesn't have an angle to do anything at all.
Yeah, you know, so then, okay, let fucking get this guy play real big third, and then this guy here, he can now try for a shot or maybe pass it mid, depending on how their stature is, the defensive formation. You know, that's the right way.
Yeah,
I mean, does this? I'm hoping this is helping, you know. But I really want you to hammer down on whoever's fucking doing this shit. The decision making on twice on how they handle the zone and because you could if you're a pro, you can handle this and you could make the correction. Those will make the correction. Him, he's not. He fucked up first of all, in that he overcomplicated this rotation in, and then on top of that, he's now pushing so far forward that he's trying to play some fucking 50 that's somehow going to magically pinch into him, and that is magically going to fucking score through the fucking defender that's already covered front post. It's just like totally unrealistic. So the big thing that I want to tell you is that when you're fucking coaching these guys, you got to make sure that third man is not fucking pushing in. He needs to play in the fucking. He doesn't know yet. Only on a disposition on a 2v3, like I told you, when it makes sense. Is that okay? Only that drop. But you're never playing that drop. You're playing here, you know? And then you're looking to make your run in. But in any case, if it doesn't work out, you're making sure not to cross so far into the field that you got your back to the ball, right? Because if you're here, you're on the half turn, you're pointed this way, you can turn and face. Here, you can't turn and face because you got your back to the ball. Now you can't even do that because then you have to stop all your momentum and everything. This guy, you can just go for it. You know what I mean? That's another thing you got to make sure that they don't do, you know?
That was the kind of main recurring theme. In this play, I was figuring that play, that pinch, because you had QC with his back to the play, was potentially good. You're saying, you know, basically you don't need a score in this one, just play the higher percent rolls.
Yeah.
And eventually something is gonna, you know, you're not just like throwing yourself into every play and getting yourself counterattacked, essentially. You're having a more sustainable offense.
Yeah.
More sustainable formation, rotation. Okay, I wish I could go, or wish I could stay, but I do gotta go right now.
Okay.
But let's definitely talk again soon. I'd love to pick your brain more.
Yeah.
And talk more about this kind of stuff.
Yep, I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna have chapters and shit, so you can kind of scroll through and do whatever.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be sick. What would you say if you say like one thing or one?
Oh, it's not one thing, right? But it's going down to the notes. 1 to 3 rotation needs to be wide. Third man needs to make sure that on his 1 to 3, he's looking to convene with the second man. So that means not pushing the second man out into the front post like and everybody thinks that they need to do. Don't overload your third. Stay second man, and that allows that 1 to 3, and everything clicks at that point. And making sure that this guy is rotating in on the clear, not to mount an offense on a breakout. You're not gonna beat the ball. You're not gonna do it. Even if you try, you know, when you make a fucking initial clear, you're telling me that you want to fucking hit in the corner. Now you're forcing yourself out of this. What? How's that productive? You know what I mean? You know. So in other words, Yato on this clear needs to fucking go for this, right? When they made that initial clear that led them into this position, you know, he doesn't have any angle. And I mean, it depends on how the play's working. It's only when they're here and that they go to fucking switch it. That's what we saw with the scrub Killa. Look at his position. First man beat the second. J-Naps didn't cover this correctly because he rotated too far in right here on the mark. Now he's got his back to the ball. Look at him. He's not here. He should be covering this transition right here, but he got caught out. So now what does scrub Killa do?
So rails it.
Yeah, he's gonna rail him. Look.
Exactly what you talk about with the whole, you overextend, you give that big open pass.
Yeah.
To the opponent or to yourself.
Yeah.
And they just get double tapped on, exactly as you say. It's extremely difficult to block that.
Yeah, but it only works because he was the target player in that play, you know? Yato rotating back here was not the target player. There was already a guy upfield. You know, he needs to make very sure. That's partly awareness, you know? But you teach him the system and you say, and you know, and like he's gonna understand, okay, there's already a guy upfield, I need to be third. And then everything is gonna click for him, and then you're gonna have a guy here, and you're gonna have a guy here, and then they're gonna play the roles correctly, and then, you know, you're guys are gonna play basic Rocket League.
There you go. All right, sick. I like to play a game and send a replay of my own. And to talk about this again.
Sure.
But when are you free next?
Tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening, and then I go on a 3-day hiatus.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
What time tomorrow? Let's see. Are you free? I could do basically any time. Are you free same time?
Yeah, preferably in the early afternoon, honestly.
What about 5 p.m. CDT or 6 p.m. your time? Or
maybe
5 p.m. your time.
That's up in the air. I'll have to let you know on that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And for this next one, send me your PayPal details as well as what you would like for the hour.
You already sent me like 200, 300. You already sent me a bunch of money, bro. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you hooked me up, man. If you want, you can cover me in the next one. You get yeah, if that's okay. But I almost don't want to ask for anything because you were very, very generous.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you were more than generous. Don't sweat this. Go
Alright, thanks so
go
much,
have fun. Go teach these people how to not suck.
Will do. I'm actually hosting trials, so I'm just gonna take notes on the players I'm seeing.
Yeah, how much are you charging an hour, by the way?
25 to 30.
30? Wow, and you
Yeah.
put that much down?
Usually people get discounts, so it's more like 20. Usually.
I think you should charge more.
So
Yes.
some people say that, but
I
don't know.
would charge 200 for mine, if I'm being honest. I mean, look, dude, there are people that are out there that are charging people $60 an hour for dog sitting. You're giving
That's
people incredible advice from fucking 6,000 hours, being also taught by me, so you're getting a lot of shortcuts and you're getting real good shit. Damn fucking professional coaching, and you got some fucking dog sitter that's making more money than you. Charge
Now
50.
you're making me rethink my life.
Yeah, charge 50 a fucking hour, dude. Never look back. And when people come back and you're like, you're losing clients over that shit, just like, look, the value fucking speaks for itself. It really does. You know? It's like, look, I fix $20 an hour coaching. Sorry. I don't mean to devalue anything that you got, but I fix $20 an hour coaching. You go to Better Gamer and you got some fucking 1,600 who just peaked from his 1,000 hours and he's going to start coaching now. Fuck off. You know, I fixed that shit. You know, that's your marketing. How's that? I'm probably gonna end up with a price hike now. It's probably gonna be in the near future, very well, like $80, and I'll probably stick with it around 80 or 100, and then I'll have a legacy option for those who already knew me, and I'll offer them like 40, 50, you know, and I'll cap it there, you know. But I think 80 is fucking more than fair for what, taking shortcuts. Come on.
I mean, basically you're a consultant, right? You're saving people time, getting them what they want.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's literally what we're doing.
Yeah, it's an
Time is money, so-
investment to save you thousands of hours of trial and error and crying and shit like I did.
Yeah.
$80 and I get to fucking help you take a shortcut on 1,000 hours right there with an hour. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Don't do 20. Don't do that to yourself, man. I think if you really want to get into it, man, 40, 50, that's fine. I didn't listen at first because I was like, people were telling me, they're like, man, I should charge like $100 for this. I'm like, maybe I should, but then I was like, I don't know if I believe in myself. Come on, man.
I remember, I do remember like one time ago when I first started, well, I coached for free for like a year and a half, and then somebody said you should do Fiverr, you should be charging for this. I was like, what are you talking about? But slowly I think that confidence increases, and you see that people do value it, and there is, time is money. So
yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that we live in that, because if I'm being honest, I would do this for free. Even all the shit talking as well, I would do that for free too. You know, I would do weddings for free, and that's what I'd love to do, man. Damn, I would be
you
sad.
you take photos, right? You're a photographer.
Yeah, videographer. Yeah, I can be a
Videographer.
photographer, but I found more joy out of video.
Yeah, I thought the ones you made were really good. That was what my dad was actually. He was a photographer, a nature photographer.
Oh, was he
had
really?
things that were posted in Time.
Wow.
Or not Time, but was it National Geographic? Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so hard to be a photographer for National Geographic. You have to be a badass.
Yeah, he was into it for like 10 years.
That is so sick,
Something like
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah. All right. Well, don't be late. Don't be late. If any questions you got after this, just text me, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
man.
Much love, man.
Talk to you.
Peace, peace.
Peace.